What is a protagonist? A protagonist is defined as the main character of a story. It is the central character whose decisions affect the plot. It's the leading character who drives the story to move forward. If the narrative is made up of several stories, then each subplot may have its own protagonist. An example of this is the first season of the To Be Hero X series, which is composed of multiple story arcs. Each top 10 hero is the protagonist of their respective arc. But who is the protagonist of the To Be Hero X series as a whole? Who do you think? Or does the show even need a primary main character in the first place? Although uncommon, it's actually possible for a story to not have a specific main character. Instead of having a character drive the story forward, the story can be driven by the plot. Instead of focusing on a particular character, the story could focus on particular themes or concepts. The story could also be centered on a significant event, and an ensemble cast will be involved in it. And the To Be Hero X series actually has such an episode, right? Yes, it's episode 20. Do you remember what event it centered on? If you did, yes, it's the Ruins incident. Unlike the other arcs, it's not centered on a particular top 10 hero, but it's this significant event in the series which had brought most of the top heroes together. Now that the main backstories of the top heroes had been completed at the end of season 1, and we should finally see most of the cast interact with each other by season 2, then does that mean the show doesn't need the protagonist anymore? Maybe, or maybe not. But I think there has to be. A hero is a character who, in the face of danger, combats adversity with courage, skills, or strength. A hero is also admired for their noble qualities and great achievements, so people have regarded them as role models or idols or even gods. A hero is a type of protagonist. Actually, the hero is a very common type of protagonist that these words are almost synonymous. In fact, dictionaries have already defined a hero as the principal character of a story or the central figure of an event. In other words, a protagonist. There is always something special about the main character, and being a hero is already something special. So for a hero-themed series, I think it doesn't feel right for To Be Hero X not to have a central figure in its main story. So, which of the top heroes has the protagonist aura? All of the top heroes are considered as significant to the To Be Hero X main story. However, there has to be a meaning of why Hero X and Hero Nice are often being shown at the center in group shots. If they're not at the center, there's at least something about them or in what they do that is different when compared to the rest of the cast. It's like they are meant to stand out. And that can be seen not only on the episodes, but even on the opening theme, on the ending theme, on special videos, and also on promotional pictures. So it's like the creative team behind the series has been dropping obvious hints about these two being special. It's as if they are hinting to us that these two are the ones who will be or are already playing the most significant roles in the main story. Well, whether both Hero Nice and Hero X are indeed the protagonists of the To Be Hero X series or not, there is no denying that there really is something special about them. suspiciously special about them. But actually, it's not only these two. There is also something suspiciously special about the commoner as well. Although the first arc is called the Nice arc and the main character in it is technically Hero Nice, the real protagonist of that arc is actually Lin Ling, right? By the way, do you know about the official personality types of the top heroes? Lin Ling's personality type is ENFJ, which is known as the protagonist personality type. This cannot be a coincidence, right? Unsurprisingly, Lin Ling's story had covered some popular hero tropes, and one of the classics is the Zero to Hero journey. Interestingly, Lin Ling's name sounds similar to zero in Chinese, which is Ling. This is why sometimes Lin Ling's name is written as 00. One of the messages in To Be Hero X is that anybody can be a hero. And who is that character that is showing an example of an anybody becoming a hero? It's Lin Ling, right? And that same message is even from Lin Ling himself, the character who acts on the story's message, the character whom the audience can closely relate to. That kind of character is normally the protagonist of a story, right? Individuals with the ENFJ personality type are described as warm, empathetic, and idealistic leaders whose passion inspires other people. By just being himself, Lin Ling had won the hearts of Moon, of Miss J and her team, and of the original Nicest fans. The CEOs of the hero agencies had all shown interest in him. Clearly, there is something about Lin Ling that draws people to him. So I believe that if given the opportunity, with Lin Ling's personality and charisma, he will definitely be the one who will lead the top heroes. And that opportunity should come by season 2. But with the way Lin Ling is right now, he doesn't have the power nor the influence to make the other heroes follow him. Not yet, at least. And I think that's the reason why that important role is currently somewhat forced on X. X's journey in becoming a hero was confirmed to have started when he gave Lucky Cyan a coin on this scene. The special opening theme that gave us a glimpse of X's backstory hints that his current power was bestowed upon him, like he was chosen to acquire it. He is a chosen one. The chosen one trope is a very common protagonist trope, especially in a fantasy series. But X is more of a reluctant hero who doesn't even want to work overtime but is forced into situations that require him to do heroic acts. Since he is pretty much the most overpowered hero in the series, the spotlight keeps on focusing on him. But since X doesn't really desire any of the glory of becoming a hero, he keeps on getting away from that spotlight. Actually, he even hates it. But whether he likes it or not, he cannot help being the center of attention. His hero form keeps on aura farming no matter what he does. The only way he can get some normality is when he is in his civilian form. X already possesses what the other heroes are aiming to be. He is powerful enough to defeat everyone with a snap. And he is already crowned with the title X. He is already at the end point of To Be Hero X because he's already X. But is becoming the highest ranked hero really what it means to be Hero X? Despite already possessing godlike powers and despite being already at the top, there's still something which X is trying to achieve, which is as what he said so himself, he is defying fate. Fate is the bigger force that is binding him and that is making him do things against his will. His biggest nemesis is most likely a personification of fate. Ironically, the person who appears to have shown his destiny in becoming a hero is this tarot girl. If this girl is the same as the female villain that X was struggling to fight against, oh my god. It will be more tragic if she was more than a friend to him. Oh no. X being forced to fight against the most important woman in his life. Then Lin Ling having the love of his life die right in front of him. Oh, Li Haoling sure loves to torture us. So, if X and Lin Ling are the ones who are overflowing with protagonist vibes in the To Be Hero X series, then what about the original Nice? Nice represents what a hero is believed to be and is supposed to be. He is a being of perfection that is destined to shine. With that, it's like the original Nice was meant to be the protagonist. Ever since he finally showed up again at the end of episode 19, he had broken the balance and has been consistently present on the rest of the episodes. He was not letting each character shine as much as they're supposed to in their respective arcs, as he keeps on stealing the spotlight from the arc's original protagonist. Poor Dragon Boy. So, even if the original Nice has been denied to have his own arc in Season 1, he continuously affects the many parts of the narrative. He is an important figure in putting different events together. He is a character that could heavily influence the plot, and that is very protagonist-like, right? But the character Nice is a bit complicated because this hero persona is shared by two individuals, the original Nice and Lin Ling. The hero Nice role has been performed by different actors. With that, the hero Nice protagonist had always been present since the Ruins incident until Lin Ling's story. When Lin Ling had let go of the hero Nice name and proclaimed his own identity, the original Nice has returned, as if taking back that hero Nice identity. The story of hero Nice is not yet over. So with that, I think Hero X and Hero Nice actually refer to three special characters. There's X, Lin Ling, and the original Nice. Coincidentally, these three characters are also the top 3 heroes on the popularity poll in the real world. Or maybe this is no coincidence. What could be the special connection between these three? The events of To Be Hero X Season 1 are not narrated in chronological order. The first arc was set on the current timeline. Then the succeeding arcs were mainly flashbacks, which eventually went back to the beginning through episode 23. So in summary, episodes 5 to 23 are the backstories which explain what led to the events in episodes 1 to 4, which is the Nice arc. And this arc continues on to episode 24, which is the X arc. Then it's like the current timeline of To Be Hero X Season 1 had mainly started with Hero Nice, then ended with Hero X. See that connection? There's a strong possibility that Hero Nice had affected X's journey in becoming a hero in some way. After all, during this staged battle between Nice and Rek, X was actually around. It was also hinted that him and Rek had interacted somehow. Oh, I hope they explain that in Season 2. Anyway, it looks like Nice had affected both X and Lin Ling in Season 1. And I believe that Lin Ling will eventually affect the other two as well. The same applies with X. About the theories stating that Lin Ling becoming nice was part of X's plan and he did that in order to save Nice, I like the idea of X saving Nice again, but I cannot imagine him intentionally making Lin Ling suffer a lot. I don't think he is the type who would use other humans as tools, even if he has the capabilities to do so. But I'm not saying that X won't be influencing Lin Ling in some way. What I can imagine him becoming is being like a mentor to Lin Ling. After all, it's a popular trope in an action anime wherein the overpowered character acts like a teacher to the developing protagonist, who shall become his successor. Well, whether X and Lin Ling will have something like a teacher-student relationship in season 2 or not, they will definitely have a special connection. And of course, Lin Ling shall also impact the two other heroes. I can imagine him either helping in or accomplishing what X is trying to achieve. After all, Lin Ling had already defied fate to protect the person he treasures the most, and he will definitely be able to do it again. And I strongly believe that Lin Ling will be the one who will save Nice, or at least greatly contribute to the rescue. Even if they end up becoming enemies, there is no one else who would understand Nice more than Lin Ling does. So Lin Ling, darling, go save your big brother, okay? Please. Anyway, in a nutshell, I think all three of them are the protagonists of the main story, sort of like a trinity even. They just take turns in being in the spotlight. Well, there has to be a meaning on why only their hero names are listed as episode titles in Season 1. In 2B Hero X Season 1, the title of Episode 1 is Nice, and Episode 4 is The Commoner. Then Episode 24 is X. See? It's all three of them again. But oh, there is actually another hero name that is in an episode title. Can you guess who that is? It's on Episode 2, and the title is Moon. A hero who is not part of the top 10 is getting this special treatment. What could it mean? Well, I think this would make sense if Lin Ling is the overall protagonist of the 2B Hero X series. At the beginning, the original Nice was presented as the main hero, and Moon was created for the purpose of giving him someone who can play as his girlfriend. But when Lin Ling took over the protagonist role, Moon was no longer just an accessory to Hero Nice. She became the genuine love interest of the hero. Lin Ling made her important. It's giving me hope that Moon is going to return in Season 2. After all, when being asked for confirmation whether Moon is really dead or not, Lee Howling keeps his mouth shut, as if that information is a very crucial spoiler. So suspicious. There's something else that is not yet revealed to us actually. For some reason, X's and Nice's real names remain a mystery until now. Why? Are they like the anomaly in the system? Or in the story? Wait, come to think of it, there's also something about Lin Ling that is being kept from us. You see, he is the only hero with not only one, but two special videos that are still locked at the time this video was released. Lin Ling's arc already has the most episodes compared to the other arcs, yet it's still not enough to tell his main backstory? Ooh. Lin Ling should have won here so that the production team will be forced to unlock one of his special videos. But now we have to wait longer. But you know, in the Lee Howling series, anything can happen. I recall him hinting about Lin Ling joining the dark side or something like that. So Lin Ling might end up like the original Nice, who has fallen from grace. Oh, the fallen hero trope. And maybe there will be yet another protagonist in Season 2 who will surprise us like how Lin Ling did in Season 1. Or maybe I should just stop overthinking. The things I had mentioned in this video could be completely wrong. You might also disagree with me on many points, and that's okay. Besides, those are just my theories and wishes and delusions anyway. But if you had enjoyed this video somehow, I would appreciate it if you click the like button. I love talking about To Be Hero X, and seeing the number of likes is very motivating. Even if Season 1 is already over, there are many other things that can be discussed about. Actually, I was itching to talk about ESOL in this video, but I had to save that for another video, or else I might never be able to finish this one. Well then, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again. Take care!